So my very first UBAM trip was to Vancouver and Victoria, Canada, and I got to meet a lot of people on that trip that I hadn't met before. And one of those people is Anne Janish. She brought 3 kids along with her on that trip by herself. Her husband was not with her, and I thought, wow, what a just that's pretty amazing to kind of take on that challenge by yourself. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to do that. And so on returning home, we were all flying back into Minneapolis. There was a bunch of us kind of on the same flight and coming down the escalators to the baggage claim. And there was a man there who the kids, Anne's 3 kids, started jumping up and down, shouting, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." And I looked at Anne and she's bawling, and I look at all the people like on the elevator behind me and everybody's crying. And I was like, wow, like that's just awesome. They've missed him so much this week that, I mean, the whole, what a emotional, I was so taken aback by the fact that everybody was just so excited for these kids to see their dad. Come to find out that he had been deployed for about 11 months and he got back early and they did not know that he was going to be there at the airport to greet him. So then of course I'm bawling on the way out of the airport. But that was kind of my first real connection to someone being deployed, as removed as that was. I've had friends in the service that were stationed in Okinawa. I got to visit my best friend over in Japan, but never kind of that deployment, and certainly never, leaving a family behind. And today, or this Veterans Day has really hit me a little bit harder because our very own Dana Grieve is being deployed today. Today is Sunday as I'm making this, and she is leaving her husband and her son for about 11 months. And this will be her second deployment. And Dana's a team leader with Dare to Dream, and if you have not seen a lot of her recently, that is just because she has been really preparing to get ready for this. And we'll be gone and we don't know what kind of interaction she'll be able to have with us. But I really want to take a moment to just say thank you to Dana for what she's doing. The sacrifice that she's making is huge. And it just reminds me that there are some, as the roller coaster of life, there's some big lows and then some big highs, and there's kind of everything in between. When Lando and I were first met, we were long distance. We were dating long distance for about a year, and it was really some high highs and low lows as we came and went from each other. And so there is a hidden blessing in that, one that I definitely reflect on often. And so I think as I reflect back on our UBAM business, there's just some highs and some really high highs and some really low lows. And I know several of us with a lot of the new system stuff have been experiencing some really low lows, but just knowing that those highs are coming. And as Dana prepares to leave, that there is some really high points that will come in that reunion time, that reconnecting with family time. But I just really want to lift her up and ask everybody to pray for her and her family as she goes on this deployment. The strength that she has is just incredible. I don't know if I could do it. So I'm very grateful for people like her. So wish her well, and we will try to stay in touch as best we can. Thanks, Dana.